is Layla Hameen, and welcome to Crayonversations. Yay! Yay! It's February, it's cold, but it's lit up in here because we got a nice little ring light and it's getting a little warmer. So we have a guest coming in soon. So until she arrives, I'm going to have our co-producer, Gio, pop on in and talk to us for a little bit. Let's see what's going on with Gio, the mysterious man with the guitar and the side bang now. He got a side swoop.
I went through a scene phase again.
He's a scene kid.
I mean,
nice. Well, you look really short compared to me, but Gio's actually over 6 feet tall. But he's kneeling right now to give a more smaller effect, I guess. He's being mortised here. But yeah, really, so like 2021, we're doing Crayonversation again. We want to just gather people together, virtually or in person, and talk about life and create art. I use crayons and I love conversation. So that's something we're excited to do. And let's see, what else do you want to say about Crayonversation?
yeah, it's just like this. It can be an interview if people want to treat it like that, or it can just be this chill session where you color and talk about things. Usually, it does turn into things that are important to everyone talking.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about bullying. I was talking to Carrie. We were talking about bullying, the effects in adulthood bullying and childhood bullying. And with Sarah, we were talking about music and how we both use like our art forms to help overcome things. And like she taught us how to write a pop song, which was really cool. Let's see, who else we have? Marielle and Nicole. They were talking about art and how they like reuse and recycle their art and everything. Oh wait, hold on. I think we have someone saying, sweet. So that's actually Nicole, who was a guest on Crayonversation. She was texting in, and I'm very grateful because she and Marielle are letting me use her Zoom or their Zoom account, which permits us to record, and that is superb.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. So shout out to them. You guys are our unofficial sponsors. So thank you for letting us. So with 2021, we just want to keep creating things and just sharing, our art and sharing other people's art and just having a good time. You know what I mean? So that's what that is, y'all. So let's see. Oh, I got somebody coming in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Who's here? Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you see me okay?
Yes, I can. Oh, I love your setting.
Thank you.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
You too. You look beautiful.
So do you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Is the lighting okay, or should I make it a little brighter?
If you want to, you can make it a little brighter if you want to. I can see you okay though.
You can see me okay? Okay, that's fine. I kind of like the
Nice. How are you? Welcome to Crayonversation.
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, I'm excited to have you. I was just telling my boyfriend, I was like, I got the Baddie Builder coming.
Thank you so much, and I apologize for being a little tardy.
It's okay. Things happen, and this is just so low key and just chill. Like, it's cool. It's perfectly cool. Yeah. So for my art, I bought. I don't have any paper, so I'm using some paper bag.
Okay. Well, I'm using my daughter's notepad, so
nice. And then I got some crayons, and so the premise with me, ever since I was younger, people think I like daydream a lot, but I tend to doodle in conversations with people. Like I'll be with people and I have my journal, and I'll still be listening to them. But when I'm like writing and doodling, I can focus exactly on everything that they're talking about, and it's not like I'm not paying attention. It's just that I don't know what it is. I'm just very artistically influenced, even if my art doesn't look that great at the time.
I understand. Trust me, I understand.
Nice. So how do you pronounce your name? Is it Keandra?
Well, my first name is Keandra. Ola Marie is my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ola Marie, well, my middle names But yeah, Keandra. Mm-hmm.
Keandra. Okay. Nice. Because I see you on as Ola, and I was like, I'm gonna have Ola on.
Yep. I go by Ola. Mostly like family or like professionals call me Keandra, but Ola Marie.
Gotcha. Cool.
And what do you prefer?
Layla.
Layla. Okay.
Yeah, you call me Layla. In high school, they used to jack my name up so bad. My name is Laila. So in high school, they didn't know how to pronounce my name. So it was like Layla, Leela. One teacher gave up on the first day and he was taking attendance. He was like, Lala. I was like, nah, it's just Layla. Like
Layla. Trust me,
not that hard.
I understand with Keandra. Trust me, I've gotten all types of crazy titles. So I get it.
So, what have you been up to for the new year?
Well, do we just color and doodle whatever?
Yeah, so we just color as we're talking.
Cool. Okay, cool.
It's just freestyle art. Yeah, it's just freestyle. I'm up here trying to crush my little paper bag here without being too noisy.
Gotcha. So for the new year, just continuing to build the Baddie Builder brand, continuing to be a dope mom, working on my writing. I'm actually working on 2 books right now and building that brand and about to launch my writing company. So just busy, and still trying to focus on self and growing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and it's a balancing act, but I'm loving it. Loving it.
That's inspiring. Yeah, with me, I'm trying to stay alert, stay focused. I'm working. I work at a charter school. I teach acting part-time at a charter school in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. So right now it's interesting because this is my first time teaching a class with a mask and with kids with them wearing masks. So it's very it's weird because it's elementary school kids and they naturally want to just take it off. You know what I mean? It's not natural for them to want to be like this. And I feel like I can't hear them most of the time. So I'm adapting to that. We had a COVID case in our school. So we are teaching our acting stuff online temporarily until we can go back to the school. So, and even connecting with them online, a couple of them have been able to Zoom in with me and we still do acting games or whatever. But even with that, it's okay, I'm just constantly this year, I'm just learning to adapt even more than ever before. It's just endless transition, you know?
I think we all are at this point. I really do think we are.
Yeah. So tell me about the Baddie Builder brand. This is so intriguing to me. I want to share it with whoever's watching. I'm excited to learn about it.
Sure. So the Baddie Builder brand. So last year, the end of 2019, actually, I got up to over 250 pounds. And I was just in a really bad space, just mentally, emotionally. I was in a relationship and, just a lot of things were going on and I had gained a lot of weight and I wasn't feeling my best. And I've lost over 80 pounds since then. So beginning last year, just at the beginning of last year, I started focusing on getting healthy and releasing some trauma and different things and just getting back to myself. And doing it, I felt better. And I wanted a way to encourage myself to keep going. And I wanted to encourage others, not just, in the aspect of losing weight, but just the Baddie Builder brand is about being healthy and being true to yourself just as a whole. It's not just about fitness. It's about your emotional state. It's about your mental state. It's about your spiritual state.
Yes.
It's about being a woman, just all those things that kind of go into that whole. I just want to be a support system in any way I possibly can. But moving on, I started teaching trap cardio classes out of my garage last summer.
Oh, slick.
It was so dope. It was so much fun. And then it got cold out, so I couldn't, host it there anymore. And the first person to actually reach out to me was Nzinga of Sweet Sister Splash. Absolutely love her, downtown Cincinnati. And she's like, I put up a post. I was doing some yoga and I put up a post. She's like, "Are you willing to do trap yoga?" And I'm like, "Sure." And it just kind of blossomed from there. So since then, it went from me teaching there on Thursdays to me now. Oh, and then doing things virtually online. I forgot that part where I did the Christmas theme, the 7 days of fitness. Super dope, so much fun. And that's where I really started to kind of gain traction. So I missed that part. And then Nzinga reached out to me, and I started hosting classes there. And then Markeisha of Redefined Fitness Studios, absolutely love her.
I love Markeisha.
Love her, absolutely. She reached out to me about trap yoga because we spoke about it years ago and I never actually took it on. And now, so that's on Tuesday. So now that's Tuesdays and Thursdays, the trap yoga. And then I'll be doing hatha yoga at Blue Energy over in Madisonville. That just started. I'll be doing that on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. So it's just really dope. And shout out to Blue, the owner of the first Black owned yoga studio in Cincinnati, which is like really big, so that's, I'm super excited to be a part of that. Her grand opening was this past Sunday. So the brand is just growing. I'm growing. I'm helping others grow. My daughters are witnessing it, and I'm vibing. I'm chilling.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I've been watching your profile and everything on Facebook for a while. And I remember seeing your daughters, because your daughters have a group, right?
They do. Sacred 33. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember seeing them on live and thinking, "Oh my God, these kids are so cute!" And like the little ones were like the backup dancers for like the older ones I saw, and I was like, "This is so your whole family is just like active and positive and creative," and I'm like, "This is just beautiful to see." I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So how do you balance doing all this and then like being a mom too, like being a present mother and also just going for your dreams? How do you keep going?
Oh goodness. I'm still trying to figure that part out myself. I kind of I go with the flow.
Yeah.
I sometimes tend to push myself a little further than I probably should, if I'm honest. Yeah. Glad you brought that up because I really think that may be the most challenging but most beautiful part of this. It's really challenging juggling it day to day, and with my schedule just kind of growing and more. I have another class that's going to start in March. I'm working with someone else, so the brand is growing, and then I get inboxes of doing private parties and private sessions, and it's definitely growing. But my first love is writing. It is acting. It is creating. It's, the Baddie Builder brand is beautiful and I love it and I'm passionate about it, but it's not my first love. So I'm still trying to hold on to that. And then of course, my love of just being a mother. So when you ask me how I'm doing it, I have to stay true to the fact that I'm a woman first and I'm a mother, and that I can't let go of the things that I love. I can't allow that to get lost in the growth of it all. So yeah.
Nice. So it's about balance, it seems like, right? Like
I was gonna say it's a juggle, it's a balance, it's a picking and choosing and knowing limits and putting your health and your mental well-being above all else. And I'm just enjoying the ride, I guess. I'm kind of enjoying the ride.
Nice. That's so cool. So you said you enjoy writing too. What kind of stuff do you like to write about?
Everything. Like
really?
Writing is honestly, I feel like that's my gift. I can write anything. I enjoy writing. There's nothing I don't. Fiction, nonfiction, love, poetry, plays, whatever. Since I was a little girl, since I learned how to write, before I could write, I was making things up, and my mom's like, "You're such a drama queen." I'm her first girl, but yeah, there's 7 of us, and I'm the first girl. I have 3 older brothers and 3 little sisters, and I'm directly in the middle. But she's such a drama queen. But that helped me cope with a lot. It helped me get through a lot. Eventually, going into the foster care system, I wrote. That's what kept me sane. Being a 2-time teen mom in the foster care system, that writing is everything to me.
Yes.
Everything. So yeah, love writing.
I totally relate, because when I was growing up, I was a very shy kid. I didn't really, I entertained my family and stuff, just my family. I would crack them up, all that. But in public, I wouldn't say anything. I was super shy, super self-conscious, and people now they're like, but you act and stuff. How are you? So I'm like, but I eventually learned how to get out of that. But it took years of learning how to speak in front of people, and then crying before and after, and then just years. But I was always a writer. I could always write about the things that I was afraid to talk about.
Yeah.
And one day, I remember my mom was a really good writer. She still is a good writer. But she gave me a journal because she noticed I was really depressed in college, and she noticed that I had always been writing. But she even got me another journal, and she's like, well, if you don't want to talk about it with me or anybody else, you should write about it. Mm-hmm. And that's something that always stuck with me. So I'm like, if I can't speak it out, I'm at least going to write about it.
Right.
So writers support writers. You know what I mean? When you're a writer, you're about the business. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. I agree.
That's cool.
How's your picture coming along on your paper bag?
My picture coming along on my paper bag. Let me show you what I got so far. Can you even see it?
I can, kind of. Is it a pyramid?
It's kind of a pyramid, yeah. Because when I grabbed this, I was like, let me use some colors that will show up on brown paper bag, which presents
smart.
Yeah. I was like, let me try to figure something out. And the cool thing is, after we're done with our art, if you take a picture of it, I'll put it on our Instagram page for Crayonversation. So people, just color and just send whatever. And it's just something that's just, I love art, and something as basic as sitting down with some crayons. It can just, you never know where it can take you. You just let it go. It's like free writing.
It's a super dope concept. I love it. I love it. I thought it was really dope when you reached out to me. Really dope.
Aww.
Therapeutic. I love it.
Therapeutic. Yes.
I love it.
Because I'm in the process of trying to promote Halo Arts, which is I don't really call it a business just yet. But I see it as a lifestyle type of option where you're healing above living obstacles by using art and storytelling. So with my one woman show that falls under Halo Arts, when I do story time or finish the story, just utilizing different ways to kind of just calm yourself down or, express yourself freely, with acting and writing and all of that. And so I was like, I know coloring is something that's really calming for me. And I was like, I love talking with people. And I'm like, why don't I just combine Crayonversation together?
Yep. Super dope.
Yeah, India Marie has an album called Songversation. And I always thought that was so neat that she had, to put those two sounds there, Songversation. And I was like, Crayonversation. Hey, I'm gonna try to
love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been seeing your all your videos and things, and I was like, I'm gonna ask her if she wants to be a guest on Crayonversation, because I've never actually met you in person, but I'm like, she's interesting. I want to talk to her and
Thank
like,
you.
pick her brain and see, like, you know, what's going on. Like, this, how do you attain this level of coolness? Like,
Thank you so much. You know what? When people say that to me, that still blows me because I'm like, I'm so regular. I'm so chill. I'm so, you know, it's crazy because I'm like on social media. I always wonder, like, how do people perceive me?
you know
Because
what? Yeah.
I kind of just get up and I just go with the flow. I'm like, this is funny. I'm going to post it, or
Yeah.
this is interesting, or this is uplifting, or whatever. And I'm glad that you did reach out to me because sometimes I'm like, am I approachable? You know,
Yeah.
And I always want to be approachable, especially because I feel like my mission and my goal is to reach women. I always want to be relatable and approachable, especially when it comes to us. That means the world to me. So this being here today, it means a lot to me. I appreciate it.
It means a lot that you took time out of your schedule to sit and color with me, as infantile as that sounds. It means a lot.
I'm happy for this moment. I really am, because even when I was like, oh man, I'm running late. I'm gonna be late. And, you know, I was like, man, I don't want to miss this. I really want to be a part of this. I think, like I said, it's so dope. So dope.
Thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. Like, so let's see. What do you think about like the state of the social media world today? Because, you know, social media versus like how it was before we had access to like all of this digital content creation and everybody chiming in on this, that, and the other. Like, what is your opinion on the state of how our worlds are now?
I think social media is dope when it comes to networking, but I think social media has desensitized us. And I think the internet in general has. And I think that's really sad. I was watching a documentary about a month or so ago. I can't think of what it's called. It was on Netflix. And they were speaking about, did you see it?
Social Dilemma? The Social Dilemma?
I think so, possibly. And they were getting into how like technology is growing at a rapid speed, but we aren't evolving fast enough to keep up with it. Like, it's outgrowing us. It's going too fast for us to truly process it and keep up with it. Technology is growing at a rapid rate. And when we think about the kids and them having, you know, interpersonal skills or just certain social skills, which I won't get into socialization because we'll be talking all day because I'm trying to fence when it comes to that topic. But, you know, I think it's a gift and a curse. In short, I think social media, the internet, it's good for what it's designed to do when used properly, but it can be a bit of a monster. It can be a bit of a monster as well. Very, very addictive as well. It pulls our attention away from having normal, intimate moments. And I think that's concerning. I think social media is a bit concerning.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, it brought us together. That's
it
good.
did. See? Yeah.
But it also has the ability to tear a lot of things apart. And not just like, for example, like relationships or things like that, but I just mean normal bonds that we develop as people. I put up a post yesterday, my sister, because I'm single, and my sister's like, you should try a dating site.
Oh.
Like, I don't want to try a dating site. It's not organic. That's not how I want to do this. That's not how I want this to happen, you know? Right. And she's like, well, you know, it just is what it is. And what's the difference between meeting someone, you know, but that's not how I want it. I want to truly connect with a person. I want to vibe. I want, you know, men don't even approach me in person, but they'll approach me on the internet. You know? That's concerning. That is concerning.
Yeah. I feel like you said, the internet can be really good with connecting, and like, because there's people I've met and I'm like, oh, cool, I wouldn't have known who this person was, or I wouldn't be able to seen their work, or but then there's like this other lurking side that it's like,
Yes.
oh, okay, like they know what they're doing behind this Wizard of Oz curtain. They know what they're doing.
Yes. Yes.
They know what they're doing. Tapping into like your brain and like, comments, comment, tag, like this thing. You're like, it's almost like you're right. We're not like wired for that health. Like that's not healthy. I don't think,
not.
and I recently discovered TikTok, and that's a whole other level of stuff that I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you on?
Am I on TikTok?
Do you post videos?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to follow you. I don't post any. I rarely ever go on TikTok. My daughters are like,
are they really?
Oh God, but not much. No. Facebook, Instagram, mostly Facebook. Sometimes Instagram. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. See, I wasn't that much on TikTok for real until like a friend of mine. She and her husband, they have an art gallery called Peak over in Covington, and they do a lot of performance art. Like they design their own clothing and like do like installations. They're like really artistic, very colorful, rainbow color type people, clothing, everything. And so they introduced me to the Creative Learners Fund, and they recommended me and like a couple other people because they had just finished up. So they have this program where like if you do I think 40 videos that's like educational, then if you get 40 of them approved by the TikTok Creative Learners Fund, they give you compensation like somewhere down the line. And so I really was never on TikTok until then. They were like, well, just like, just come up with something that you can teach people in like 60 seconds or less. And I'm like, okay, this generation with this attention span, it's got to be like a blink.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I went on there to like kind of gauge it and like watch what people were doing. It was a lot of lip syncing, a lot of dancing. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is cute, but after a while, I'm like, okay, how do I fit into this? How do I stand out from all of this TikTok normalcy and be myself? So what I would do, I would post like different ways to help. Well, how I help myself overcome depression. So like eating differently, fun food facts, like writing plays, like writing your autobiography, the things that you need to dig into for yourself. What was another one? Just a couple of other little videos, and I completed my 40. And I will say I still get on TikTok to like watch some of the people that I watch regularly, but some of it can be kind of like, it makes me feel kind of sad for the generation that's the most into it, because I feel like they get a lot of support, but they're not getting the help that they may need for certain things beyond the screen.
Yep.
If it makes sense. So I'm like, oh, I don't know why I know this thing about this girl, but like, she's telling her story, this is really heavy, and then she's like lip syncing a song right afterwards, and there's like 5 million comments, but I'm like, what happens when they put their phone down? Or like, is that making them feel good in that moment?
Right.
Like it's and I'm 35, so I'm sitting here like, I feel so old watching these kids doing this kind of stuff, and even some adults. But I'm like, what's the help after this part? Like, you expressed it, you got it online. What comes next? What is the resolution to this? I don't know. I think that's what bothers me a little bit about it.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. It's concerning. Just social media in general is concerning. And then again, like I said, things are moving at a very rapid pace. And then you have to worry about people's self-esteem, because there's a lot of things out there. And there's been times, even as an adult, I turned 30 last year. I'll be 31 this year. But even as an adult, sometimes I find myself not so much anymore. I try not to, at least, comparing. And that weighs on you. That really weighs on you when really it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. You know, like you asked about me and balancing it all. Well, on social media, it might look easy, but, you know, they don't see the nights when I'm so overwhelmed as a single mom. And I'm like, man, how am I going to make this happen? You know, and having to put that smile on and keep going for the sake of my girls, because I always want them, I allow them to see, you know, moments of weakness, because I think that's healthy as well. But for the most part, you know, I'm just, you know, they look at mom as like, boom, she's going to do it. She's got us. I'm that one person in their life right now that they're sure of. And I never want to make them feel uneasy or, you know, people don't see that part, is my point. They don't see those moments where I came close to giving up. Or so it's like on social media, we see the glitz and the glam, we see the good, and sometimes we see the ugly. But even in seeing the ugly, it's usually the story of, I went through this, but look at me now. It's not that.
Yeah.
You know? And if they show the moments of like, I'm going through this and I need help, well, then we criticize them.
Right.
Which makes people like, why would I want to be vulnerable? You all are going to eat me alive, you know?
Yeah.
So it's concerning.
Mm-hmm. We love the glow up stories, don't we? We love the glow up.
Yes.
We love the glow up, but then like the trail up to that.
Oh no.
We don't want to see you look, you having a bad day, really? Oh, it could be, you know what I mean? Like
your light got cut off. But it's like, if I tell you the story of, well, last year my lights got cut off, but this year, you know, look at my new house. Then it's like, oh man, her lights were cut off and she went through this and she went through that. But in that moment, where's the assistance? Where's the help? Where's the support? Where's the love? You know, why aren't we pouring into these people? Recently, I can't think of her name. I want to say it's Tessica, the Gorilla Glue girl.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gorilla Glue.
God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. I'm so glad she received the help that she needed. My God.
Yeah.
So glad that she. But hear me out. This woman has received almost $20,000.
Right.
I'm working on a documentary about Black motherhood. Mm-hmm. And I'm struggling with it because I have women across the country who want to share their stories with little old me. And I'm afraid to even ask for crowdfunding for this. And it's like, I really do need it. I'm literally shooting and filming and doing everything on my own. And here we are. Whatever. But it's like, my point is, even taking myself out of the equation, there's so many people who could use it for so many other things.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is what we go crazy about. This is what we follow. This is what we support. I don't know. The internet baffles me.
It really does. It really, because every time I see the image pop up of Gorilla Glue, I'm like, okay, like it's like it was like everything I saw for like the past 2 weeks was Gorilla Glue. And then even in the grocery store today, I saw Gorilla Glue and my eyes instantly went to that label because of what I've been seeing. And I'm like, I don't even need Gorilla Glue, but I'm looking at it right now. Okay. It caught my eye.
I'm scared of it at this point. I'm traumatized a bit. Like, do I want that in my house? Is it safe?
It's
and I think I kind of lost sympathy a little bit when it's like, okay, now she wants to sue them. And I'm like,
right.
For what?
What did they do? But make a product that wasn't meant for hair. I mean,
what did you get it out of? I mean, God love her. I'm so glad. Like I said, I'm so happy that she got what she needed. But it's just like, to watch her, I think she's up to like close to 1 million followers at this point on Instagram.
Verified and everything. Yeah.
And I'm like, I see so many people doing so many dope things, so many great causes. So, and it's like, dang, all I had to do is like, here I am trying to do productive things.
Right.
You're telling me all this time, all I had to do was spray some Gorilla Glue in my head.
That's all I had to do. Really? Like, it's something though. Like, it really, like, the donations thing, I'm like, okay, I'm like, is it covering the medical bills? But then like the operation was free or the procedure was free.
Right.
So maybe that's like to keep up with her hair after, but I don't know. Like, do you ever, what is that on, it's called, People of New York. I can't remember the blog, but it's like the guy takes pictures of people in New York and tells their life stories. Humans of New York. There was one lady named Tanqueray. Did you learn about Tanqueray from Humans of New York? She was a 70-year-old woman, and he found her just, she was dressed real nice in like this winter hat and all that stuff. And turns out she had this extensive background from being like a showgirl dancer back in like the 60s, and she had all this history and all this knowledge, and like she was one of the most popular people in Humans of New York last year. And he actually reached out to her again and did like a whole series of nothing but her blog post, and it told her life story from her being like coming from a mother who wasn't loving and caring, and then her getting pregnant as a teen, and then like getting arrested for something she didn't do, and like her struggles and her falling in love. So it was the most juiciest, most intriguing Humans of New York thing I ever seen. And people raised money for her because she was kind of getting ill. But she was like, well, I don't really need it, but if they want to, that's cool. So he made sure that people, like, the donations went to her. And she says, I don't know how much longer I'll be alive. I mean, I'm okay now, but if something happens to me, I want the donations to go to like any child organization that's gonna help kids directly. You know what I mean? Like, just something like, so I'm like, I respect that. Like, I did that.
But I don't know, and even when I feel that. But with the Gorilla Glue girl, even when I saw it for a quick moment, if I'm honest, I was like, dang, should I send her $5? But
right.
It's like, why do I want to send this woman $5? Right. For what? What is my $5 going towards at this point? Like the power of the internet. Like honestly. I mean,
and was it GoFundMe does take a percentage of every donation, right? So it's good to GoFundMe too, because they get a little something, I think. So it's like, okay, that's all right. I'll just sit over here and color and just let me be.
Right. I should have blue today. Should have brought some. Bedazzled my page.
Aww. Yeah, man. So far, what has been your best moment of 2021? That's kind of hard to put a label on like one thing, but like maybe a collection of things. What are your best memories so far?
I'm really digging this moment. Really this moment, if I'm honest. This is one of the most unique things I've done. But my mind goes to my daughters, them telling me that they are so proud of me. Like my second oldest coming to me crying, telling me how proud she is. Or my oldest daughter telling me, she's like, Mom, you're who I always knew you were. Like in this moment, I'm just so happy that you finally see you. So for me, like that's really big. Like my daughter's just telling me that they're so, and they've always said it, but in that moment, it's kind of like, Mom, you're doing this. And I'm so happy. That just, those moments are huge. But my oldest daughter, she'll be 16 in July. And today yesterday she got her temps. So she's learning to drive. And today was our first time going out and driving. So for me, that was a really, really big moment because it's such a huge milestone for her. So yeah, that not really a ton of things, just a little stuff. Like I said, this moment is huge. The fact that you even wanted to talk to me, I was just kind of like, me? You want to talk to me? That's big for me. I appreciate it. I do.
Thank you so much, man. Because it's like I love social media for people like you. You know what I mean? Because it's like you get this perspective, this creation. You see people doing what they love to do, and you see them just going for it and doing it well. You know what I mean? And so that's a big reason why I'm still on social media, is just to like connect with people and just see people just do what they love to do and grow. And it inspires me to grow and to just keep going for what I love to do. So it's like, I was like, I'm gonna hit her up and just see if she wants to Crayonversation.
I appreciate it. I'm glad
this was a lot of fun. Like,
I'm glad. Yeah. I think it's pretty dope. It reminds me too of my daughters and I, and you just kind of lit a flame up under me, because I've been telling them, I'm like, we're gonna get back to it. Our YouTube channel, Chronicles of a Bad Mom, where we come together and we have this jar and we all have written like different topics. We don't share it. We just put it in the jar. We shake the jar up and we sit down, and you have to pick out of the jar, and whatever topic you pick up, we must discuss it. And it gets heavy sometimes. It gets deep in the conversation that kids sometimes want to have with their parents. And that conversation starter, like they won't typically come to you and say, but they feel safe putting it in that jar. So now it's like, okay, we can openly discuss this. And I mean, the topics get deep, and we haven't done it. Like we did a few, I recorded a few, I didn't edit it and put it out there. But this reminds me of that, just those conversation starters and just feeling like a safe space to just kind of talk, chat, and color. Look at you know.
Right.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, thank you. I love that idea though, that for your YouTube, please let me know when you guys have some videos. I will definitely support them and share them and everything. And I think that's cool. Conversation in general is what's needed. We need to have more conversations and not just like one word blurps of like, LOL. That's amazing. But it just simplifies. So I mean, it's cool every once in a while. I mean, if you're busy, you know, but how often do we really have conversations?
Yep.
Like safe conversations as women, as adults, as women of color. Like, do we really have conversations? You know?
We need more. We do.
I agree, girl. I agree. So, what is your favorite thing about teaching trap yoga? And like, do you do your own, like when you do your dancing as well, do you do your own choreography and stuff? Do you?
Oh, I do. So it makes me laugh because laughter is one of the things I think of the most when I think of like trap yoga class or any of the classes. Trap yoga is what I'm most known for, but it's not actually my favorite class to teach. I enjoy it, but my favorite is trap cardio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You haven't been to a trap cardio class until you've come to my trap cardio class. I'm just going to put that out there. But with trap yoga, it's always fun, and it's even more fun when people come and they've never, it's their first time attending one of my classes, because it's not what you expect. I think when you think of like trap yoga, you think yoga completely through, and that's just not the case. Like we dance, we twerk, we have a good time, we joke. It is just, we encourage each other. Like it's really, it's just a vibe. Like I can't even describe it. And then like my regulars who have been coming, when they come and they're like, I can do this now. And I was showing my family I could do that now. So that progression, like that's super dope. And the fact that I have regulars blows my mind. Like, you really like this? You're coming back? And the one lady's like, girl, we come back for the vibe. We come back for you. This is energy. And I'm like, yes, well, come on. And this past week, I actually gave away a class for free. And so that was super dope. And just the women just like, oh my God, I really needed that. And, you know, I wish more women knew about this. And, you know, I feel more confident. And like that part, I guess just connecting and engaging is just, I don't know, just being around the women is just my favorite part, I guess. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
And it's awesome. That just sounds like fun. You know what I mean? It just seems like a good, like, not only good for your body, but like for your spirit, for your brain. Like, it just feels like that would be something that I think everybody should try to do. You know?
Yeah. I agree.
Let me see. So this is my progression. I don't know if you can even see it still. Can you see it at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I added some more color.
I like the colors.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna show you mine. Let me put my little board here.
Let me see.
I'm just kind of.
Oh,
Can you see?
Yes, healing, dope, growth, create. Yes, yes.
I'm just kind of going with the vibe. She's pregnant, you know, growth, fertility, healing is growth. The sun is growth. The flower is growth. The hair is an afro. That's growth. Just kind of, you know, vibing.
That's
reading.
Cool. See what a little vibe can do, and like when you're just drawing, it just kind of happens. You know what I mean? Like that's the Crayonversation way, you know.
I feel it. Definitely feel it.
I know with my triangles, I was trying to go for I was like, okay, what can I do on this brown paper bag? And I was like, I like pyramid. And I'm like, maybe I can do like a pyramid within a pyramid within a pyramid. And maybe just think about like the levels of who I am, or you know what I mean? Like the different identities that I can place myself into, like different boxes. You know, people love to just paint people with one broad stroke and be like, okay, you represent this. I mean, there's more to me than just that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so easy to just categorize people into like one solid identity because it's just easier, or just, I don't know. But I was like, levels. I'm thinking levels.
I like it. I don't know why Shrek, when he said you're like an onion, or I'm like an onion, or there's layers, or what did he say? Something about the onion and the layers.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what it made me think you were explaining. But when I saw the pyramid, it makes me think of like different dimensions. Like portals. It's dope.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank. So are there any any artists that you look up to, or that inspire you, or that you just really dig and just embrace?
So when I think of that, I think more on a local level. Pretty much like, you know, Markeisha and Zinga. Those are two women that I really, in the city, that I really truly look up to. Just on a business level, on a spiritual level. You know, and Zinga's doing some really dope things. Like she's opening up an Airbnb, I want to say in Ghana.
Oh, wow.
It's really huge. That is like so dope. I think it's Ghana. I can't remember exactly which country, but I want to say Ghana. Could be wrong, but I know it's in Africa, someplace. That's really dope. And I've been, you know, shopping with her and supporting her for years, and just seeing her progression is just beautiful. And she's actually one of the mothers who shared their story with me for my documentary. And really appreciate her and I value her. And Markeisha, just knowing, you know, she started out in rec centers and then had the first location and she was still at the rec center as well. And then that continued to progress. And they've, you know, her dance team has done like big things. And now she's in this huge, you know, location. And that, just watching that progression is really inspiring for me. So I don't too much think of anyone outside. Like I try to look at the women who are kind of like really reaching their hand out to me as well. That's really inspiring for me. And Salama, her, you know, just being a Kundalini yoga master, Kundalini meditation master, like I really dig Salama as well. She's another one in the city that I admire. So yeah.
That's what's up. I like that you kept it local.
Yeah.
I like that because most people will be like, oh, I would say Beyonce, or you know what I mean? Like people just see the stars as these celebrities, but it's like there's stars that are right next to you,
right here,
that are literally miles away from you, like feet away from you. You know what I mean? Like we just sometimes society gets so caught up in like the glitz and the glamour. And I love a lot. I have a lot of favorite actors and actresses and stuff like that. But I'm like, there's people I know that are like dope here. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make them any less than the next person that's on a red carpet out in Hollywood. You know, like
right.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yep. We have some really dope people in the city, and beyond, of course. But yeah, the ones that I know for a fact, I value them just a little bit more because it's like I know you, or even if I don't know you on a certain, I know you on some level. So I've experienced you, so I know for a fact. Sometimes with the stars, we don't know them. We don't really know that we like them.
Right.
we don't know that we're truly inspired by them. We're inspired by what we see. We're inspired by what we have. Different.
And like you said, sometimes it's an illusion. You know, we see, oh, they got it together, man. They got this. We don't know what they wake up with every day. You know, we don't know how they feel really. We just see the little filter and the vacation and all that stuff. And we just never know.
We don't. We don't. We really don't.
So if you could describe yourself with 4 words, what would you describe yourself?
Complex. Forever growing. I know that's more than one word, but that goes together. That's one.
I feel you.
I think I'm brave. And I feel like I need to vulnerable. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I would describe me. I mean, I'm fun too, but on a deeper level, deep in the pieces that people don't see, I think is what I wanted to touch on. Because I think people see the fun, people see the light, but there's layers there. I share the other side of me on social media, but I think those are pieces that people don't always see. It's beyond the illusion.
Yeah. I think I can relate to that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate. I definitely can. Yeah. Vulnerability can be scary. It can be scary, but it's real. You know, it's real, and it's a lot of times people are afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid of themselves and their own vulnerability. a lot of times. And it's like, oh, what's other people are going to think about me? Then what am I going to think about me? What do I think about, vulnerability can be a very scary thing, but I think it's important and I think it's valuable.
It is. It is. I think at this moment of transition that I'm going through and in growing, I think vulnerable. I feel very vulnerable right now. I feel very vulnerable. Not to say that that's a bad thing. I think we have to be vulnerable to reach new heights, but I feel very vulnerable in this moment. I do. Even now, talking to you, that it's a moment of vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because you ever just feel like sometimes like you have to always just be like strong and busy and that level of like, okay, this has to be perfect right this very moment. I can do it all. I've got like 5 hands I didn't know about. I can carry all, you know what I mean? Like, do you ever just feel that and that reality hits when you're like, I can't do it all.
Yeah.
I can't do everything,
Yes, and asking for help is something that I'm good and bad at. It depends. It depends. Or when I do take a moment to kind of ask, I'll ask for like the bare minimum of what I actually need. So it's like, I need a mountain, but could you give me this little hump? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I have to get better at that. Asking for help and accepting breaks and accepting help. Because sometimes I don't have to ask and I turn it down. So, yeah, working on that.
Yeah. I'm working on that too, learning how to say, I need help.
I need some help.
Can I get some help with this? Or, I'll be trying to figure it all out. And then finally I'm like, I just got to break down and ask for help. Like, okay, like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, just get out of your head, Layla. It's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
So if there are future entrepreneurs that are watching, what words of wisdom would you give to them at this point where you are?
I will always and forever answer this question the exact same way. Just leap. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And I know some people are like, it doesn't have to be this and it doesn't have to be that. Yeah, to a degree. And I feel that, and I'm going to say the same thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure it's your best in that moment. Meet yourself where you are in that moment. And if you know that in that moment, it's the best that you can do, it's all that you have, and you utilize your resources to launch, just launch. Just press record. Just do it. That's it. Be gentle with yourself and know that it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. I started in my garage. I'm still not where I want to be, but I started in my garage. That's it. With my daughter's karaoke speaker.
That's
and an iPhone. That's what
you started with what you had and you made it happen.
That's it. That's it. Even now with my documentary, like I'm doing it. I'm doing it on an iPhone and a ring light, but I'm doing it. I'm making sure my angles are good and I'm making it happen. Just do it.
Yeah. Make it happen. But please let me know when the documentary is out, I can support that. With your writing, because you say you're working on some books, right? So, like you're writing poetry, or is it just?
So I am working on. I don't want to say the name of it because it's going to be a shocker. But it is how do I describe it? Self-development, I guess, is how I would describe one of the books. And then the other is poetry. So, yes.
Nice.
Really excited about both. Really
I'm
excited.
excited for you. I'm excited. I'm excited to see them. You know what I mean? And the fact that you're doing it, like you said, just push record and do it. You know, put your pen down to the paper, plug your phone in, do it. Like, I'm excited for you, and I'm sending you nothing but positive vibes for that.
Thank you.
I'll be sure to check everything out and just watch it all grow. You know, it inspires me more than you think it does. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, do you have like social media handles you want to share? Because when I edit it and add your captions and everything, and your name and everything at the bottom, I want to make sure to put like where you can be contacted at, and like you have like your social media handles or anything. I'll be sure to put those in the video too.
Sure. So on Facebook at the Baddie Builder, and of course Ola Marie, and then on IG is the Baddie Builder, and then Ola Marie _ the Goddess. Those are my pages. So follow me.
Yes. And we will be following. And I want to thank you so much. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I really appreciate you sitting down and coloring with me and just expressing yourself and talking about life, you know, and crayonversating with me. This is dope.
This is dope. You are dope. Well, here's my finished product.
Ooh, cute. I love it.
Thank you. Let's see yours.
Okay, so I just added, mine's like, wah, wah, wah.
No.
If I can get that. So I added some more colors to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that orange, and just thinking about the levels and the layers and the pyramid kind of thing. So we rotate it around and get a different vibe.
When you had it the other way, the bottom kind of looked like the ocean.
Really?
Waves. I like it.
You know what?
Yep.
Nice.
Like a wave. Pretty dope.
Thank you. Like, and have you ever seen the show Girlfriends before? You know, one of the characters, Lynn, seriously, my friends in high school used to say I act like her because we had a similar personality, and I used to have really long hair, so they used to call me Lynn. And so when I saw this triangle, I was thinking about like that episode. She was like the red triangle and blue octagon. Like she was obsessed with those paintings, and she had like deep meaning for everything. And they're like, it's just a damn triangle, Lynn. Like, what is this? And she's like, no, this is the meaning of what I need in my life. And I'm like, damn, I really am, Lynn. I'm drawing triangles and stuff.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I used to love Girlfriends back in the day. I haven't rewatched it since they put it out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see Lynn.
That was my show. I love Girlfriends. And then, yeah, I love it. But yeah, but it was so good talking to you and connecting with you. And I hope to connect with you again soon. And just don't be a stranger, you know?
Definitely. Thank you so much again for having me.
Not a problem.
It's nothing but the best. Make sure you tag me so I can.
Oh, I will.
Share and everything.
Yes, I will. Yay! I can't wait to edit this. It's gonna be cute. So I will definitely tag you when it's gonna be posted and everything.
Can't wait. See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace and love. Take care. Sending you love. Bye, girl.